Welcome back, everybody, for another brand new video. Today we're going to be diving back into The Witcher 4 now that I found a brand new article to me. So if I do sound like I'm losing my breath in this video, please don't judge me. I've just recorded. This is now my third video in a row as I'm trying to catch up on my channel for you guys now that I'm on a little bit of a break from work with the holidays. So bear with me here, but we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to read the article and then share our thoughts and opinions at the end. I know The Witcher is a big topic on the channel, so I'm excited to finally dive back into an article from The Witcher 4. Now, this article did come out on... So the article we're going to be reading today is from GamesRadar.com. It did come out on October 27th by Sam Loveridge. We tend to check out articles on GamesRadar pretty much all the time, so shout out to them. They do give us a lot of details for our games. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button and consider subscribing here if you guys haven't already. Alright, so as it says The Witcher 4, everything CDPR has said so far, plus all the rumors. Will there be a Witcher 4? We round up what the developer and the game suggest in Geralt's future. The Witcher 4 is basically inevitable with developer CD Projekt Red all but announcing a new Witcher game is coming down the pipeline. Although we shouldn't suggest holding your breath for it arriving anytime soon, as the developer is pretty busy with The Witcher 3 PS5 and Xbox Series X upgrade and continuing to beaver away on DLC and patches for Cyberpunk 2077. Boo. All of which have recently been delayed till 2022. However, the studio has gone as far to talk about having a relatively clear concept for the next game and it plans to release another AAA game by 2021. Provided all the Cyberpunk 2077 performance drama hasn't slowed things down, but that could mean a new Witcher game relatively soon. That doesn't mean you should expect more Geralt or even the same game to be called The Witcher 4. The studio is clear that the original trilogy stands alone and there are still plenty of stories in the Witcher universe to explore. For now, you will just have to be binge watching the Netflix series and reading the Dandelion fanfiction, but here's everything we know about the game so far and the installments for one of the best RPGs. What the devs are saying. Well. What else do we know that CD Projekt Red is working on? A new Witcher game, specifically The Witcher 4? Oh, hell yes. CD Projekt Red's CEO Adam Kaczynski has already basically confirmed that there will be another Witcher game, and it just won't be called The Witcher 4. So it's looking likely the next game is but a few years away. The first three Witchers were by definition a trilogy, so we simply could not name the game The Witcher 4. That does not mean, of course, that we will leave the world of The Witcher, said Kaczynski in an interview with Bankier. The Witcher is one of the two franchises on which to build the future activities of the company, he adds. Today, unfortunately, I cannot reveal anything more. With The Witcher 3 developer, CD Projekt Red created a glorious, huge, and utterly explorable fantasy world that told tales players will be talking about for years to come, including a talk of unicorn sex, which is The Witcher series to a height of success had never been seen before, making its scarred, white-haired hero, Geralt, a bit of a star. We all love the way CD Projekt Red deals with the DLC too. For Witcher 3, one of the best RPGs of all time, it gave us 16 free downloadable content packages with the 10-hour expansion, Hearts of Stone, in October 2015, and then the beefier second expansion, Blood and Wine, in May 2016. Once you lock yourself into The Witcher 3's world, it's incredibly easy to just stay there. The latest gossip is direct from CD Projekt Red president Adam Kaczynski, who said in March 2020 to a group of journalists via Eurogamer Poland that a relatively clear concept has already been staked down for the next entry in the Witcher series, but the full production would kick off immediately after Cyberpunk 2077 hits the shelves. That's on top of the CD Projekt Red forum moderator. Recently confirmed that as far as the strategy of the CD Projekt Capital Group for 2016 to 2021 is concerned, it plans to release the second AAA game by 2021. Remain unchanged. We currently are focusing on the production and promotion of Cyberpunk 2077, so we don't want to comment on further projects. That smells like The Witcher 4 to me, and sometime before 2021. While developer CD Projekt Red hasn't outright confirmed that there will be a Witcher 4, it certainly hasn't been ruled out completely. As we've explored above, the team is inadverse to talking about the project of another Witcher game, and it's getting more interesting after CD Projekt, the parent company and developer of CD Projekt Red, signed a deal with the Witcher books with author Andrzej Sapkowski to further solidify their relationship. We've always admired Mr. Sapkowski's work, a great inspiration for the team here at CD Projekt Red, says Adam Kaczynski, president and joint CEO of CD Projekt. I believe today marks a new stage in our continued relationship. But talking about a new Witcher game isn't something in a new thing. In an interview with Eurogamer back in 2016, CD Projekt Red co-founder said that the team didn't have anything planned when it came to the next Witcher game. As we said before, never say never, but right now it's really Blood and Wine. This is the end. Blood and Wine is the closing, and there won't be any other Witcher anytime soon, if there ever will be one. But back in December 2015, CD Projekt Red CEO Adam Kaczynski seemed more definite that this is a series that the developer would be reluctant to leave behind. It's too early to talk about, but it's not like we're forgetting about this brand. It wouldn't be fair towards the fans, said Kaczynski to Polish TV station. We've worked within this universe for over a dozen years now, and I don't think it's going to be the end of it. But fast forward to March 2017, and CD Projekt Red's investor call was much more illuminating on the topic of The Witcher 4, or at least another Witcher game. The Witcher was designed as a trilogy, and a trilogy cannot have a fourth part, can it? Said Marson. We like this world a lot. We've invested 15 years of our lives in it and a lot of money. So we'll think about making a new Witcher game at some point. But please consider us as irrational people. We sometimes have weird ideas, but overall our thinking is very rational. We have full rights to the Witcher games. They are ours, and we have invested enormous funds into promoting it and are a very strong brand. Iwinski went on to say that the Witcher series deserves some rest, or at least the team needs a change. For the past 10 years, they've been working on the swords and castles and medieval Slavic monsters, so I think it's time for guns, androids, and some ammo. The team is currently working on Cyberpunk 2077, which is due out sometime after 2017, but CD Projekt Red is also working on another game scheduled for release between 2017 and 2021. That's mysteriously described as a AAA RPG title, but according to Iwinski, although The Witcher fits the description perfectly, you probably should not get your hopes up. We are a publicly traded company, so we cannot comment on that game, but I can assure you we are not working on another Witcher. He then said, okay. So this article is basically, parts of it sound a little bit backward, but basically they're saying that back in 2016, they didn't want to comment on it, and they said, The Witcher 3, the trilogy, it's over. But now, as the cards have played out, it looks like they're working on another game. Now, this one right here, where we're going into in the article, says major spoilers for The Witcher 3 lie ahead. So I guess if you haven't beat the game yet, here's your spoiler alert. But I'm assuming everyone here who's watching a Witcher 4 video has probably already dived into The Witcher 3. If you play The Witcher 3 through to conclusion, then you'll know it does round off the series in quite a closed manner. The base game has over 40 different ending variations, but whatever happens is very much the end of the Geralt story. Whether you get one of the good endings or one of the bad ones, where Ciri snuffs it, Geralt's story sees him riding off into the sunset, either destined to roam the land as a Witcher until his last days, retiring in Kovir with Triss, or going off with Yennefer to a place away from the politics and noise. I think good stories must have an ending, said Jacob Smalek, senior writer, in an interview back in 2015 with IGN. You cannot extend them indefinitely, and we felt that Geralt had such an amazing adventure in his saga and is already so long and complex that it seemed like a good point to think about and an appropriate finale for the story. Whatever ending you get, Geralt is facing the rest of his days in retirement. In The Witcher 3, he's already an older man, so there's no way he could be the face of the potential Witcher 4. He's just not got the stamina. And of course, the same can be said for Ciri, mostly because if you lose her at the end of Witcher 3, it's not going to make much sense continuity-wise for the game to have her as the protagonist for the next game. That's something the developers had backed up too. Speaking to Polygon during a tech demo back in 2013, executive producer John Mamus said that The Witcher 3 was Geralt's last story, but that wouldn't stop him from a cameo or two in the future. We're not killing the world and walking away from it, but we will definitely want to make the game the finale in a big way, said Mameus. We might even include Geralt in later games, potentially. We just need to talk about it and figure it out and what we're going to do next. Of course, the series has plenty of side characters, NPCs, and other faces that could take up the mantle of the Witcher hero, but it seems like there's no clear direction for the next game to go in, based off The Witcher 3's ending and its expansions. And it just says, closing it out, what we're saying. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want The Witcher 4 to exist one day. Like millions of others out there, I think it's a masterpiece of gaming and absolutely deserves a sequel. However, playing The Witcher 3 and its expansions, I can see that there is an end to the series, at least in its current form. If we were to see The Witcher 4 land on PC and consoles in the next few years / decade, there's definitely a scope to have a fresh face lead us there. No doubt we'll be playing as another Witcher, although it could be a part of The Witcher 4 is having to go through the trial of grasses, the incredibly painful test that young apprentices have to survive in order to become a Witcher. It's how they get their signature cat-like eyes and enhanced skills. It certainly would be a lot of new ground to cover, especially seeing the new Witcher trying to carve a name for themselves in the early years, particularly in the shadow of Geralt and Ciri. So that was a relatively lengthy article, and it did have a lot of good details in there. What I did like, especially what the writer said, was we're probably not going to see Geralt or Ciri because just that whole trilogy is over, and we can move on from that. I really like the idea of going through the Trial of Grasses and starting over and doing the original base, build your character and create a Witcher and choose the path you want to choose. I think that's something a lot of fans want to see. I know reading through my comments about these videos, I have a lot of, we won't play the game if Geralt's not in it. We're not playing as Ciri. A lot of comments like that, so rest assured, I don't think you're going to be playing as either. I want to know what you guys think down below. Let me know all your thoughts about The Witcher 4. It's, like I said, we don't know when it's coming out. It does sound like it's in the works, in the talks, but it could be probably a few years before we see that game release. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, I know it's a lengthier video, so if you made it to the end, congratulations. Thank you guys for the support. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing here if you guys are new to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss uploads. We're so close to YouTube partner. If you want to be part of that giveaway when we do hit that, details are in the description. And as always, my name is Ross, and I will see you guys in the next video.